What the heck is going on with Greg and Amy's brand new $200,000 motorhome? Will they get their money back, or is it lost forever? Welcome to the channel. I'm Liz. I interview people with defective RVs in hopes of pressuring the RV industry to take care of their customers. And so far that has been working thanks to you for making this channel the force that it is. Today, Greg and Amy share their heartbreaking story about their brand new motorhome, and I reached out to the RV maker and I'll have their response later in the video.
We had an RV, but I needed something with a little more towing capacity, so we upgraded to the Thor Omni. It's a Super C. We've got the 4 diesel in it, and it's four-wheel drive also. And it's a little nicer inside and a little bigger.
The list price was $203,000.
We took the Thor on one trip, and we came back with it, no problems.
But we didn't camp in it.
We just used it for travel. We brought it back in the place that I have where I usually keep my camper. I've got a tree that I had to take down. So I had to park it in a little unusual spot. It was not level, it was angled nose down.
And then within 2 months, Greg was getting it ready to take on a work trip.
And I went to move the camper back to its original spot. It wasn't even raining that particular day that I moved it. It was clear skies. The entire cab over portion of the sleeper portion above the cab, that entire area filled up with water. It had been 100 gallons of water come through, just pour it all in at once. Coming down through the headliner. The entire front is sucked. The cup holders are full.
It can be hard to live healthy in an RV. I mean, look at all my vitamins. Who has room for all this? So I was excited to learn about AG1. They are a daily health drink that combines vitamins, a probiotic, and a blend of superfoods into one scoop. I just put a scoop into water, shake it up, and drink it every day before breakfast. I love that I'm no longer dealing with handfuls of vitamins, and I like that it's in powder form as I think it's absorbing better. I've been using AG1 for over 2 months now, and I love it. On day 4, I noticed that my skin feels softer, and that's a big deal because I'm in Arizona right now. So I replaced all this with this. I get a lot more cabinet space, and I recently was traveling and was staying in hotels. They have single serving packets, so that makes it super convenient. AG1 is one of the easiest things you can do for your health. With just 1 scoop in the morning, this is a habit you can actually stick with. Use my link in the description to get $20 off your first order of AG1.
I was just in shock at that time. I tried to find a blanket and I threw it over the dash, but at this point it already was submerged under all this water already.
Greg came in completely soaked. I thought he was joking because it was a hot July day, dry. So the next day we postponed the job he was supposed to take it to, and we took it directly back to the RV dealership. When he dropped it off, it's still leaking.
Yeah.
Water driplets were still coming down. And the roof of this RV in the cab has switches and things in it. And you could just see the water coming through that, going straight onto the dash.
We think that the leak came from a window on the front of the camper where there's a little sleeping area above the cab. There's a window there. I think that was leaking there, but there must have been other leaks too, because we had all that water coming in the front, but there was also wood warping throughout the camper. So I think it was just leaking throughout the entire camper.
Immediately, Byerly, when the service person said, oh, something didn't get caulked or sealed properly at the factory. We'll get it taken care of. And at that point, he said the navigation system's not working. Byerly had it for 3 months to do service to it. So we've lost from the beginning of July 3 months until mid-October getting it back from them, which, as people know, that's prime camping. In the interim, I've contacted our Attorney General, I've contacted our Congressperson, our insurance company, anybody I could try and get information from to get help. And our insurance company said we cannot file a claim because the damage to the RV was no fault of our own. Byerly turned it into Thor. Thor contacted us And the representative from Thor, when asked, how does this affect our warranty with Ford, since the truck portion, the cab, is from Ford? And she said to us, please don't let Ford know.
Yeah, she told me we have to make sure that Ford never finds out about this, and which obviously is a red flag to me. Fix the roof leak. They said they provided us with a letter of assurance that everything was safe to drive, everything was fixed. But as it turns out, there were a lot of things that were still broken that they didn't fix that they told us were fixed. When we used the RV originally, all the electrical worked fine. Leveling system, all our systems worked. Everything with the truck worked just fine. After we discovered the leak, many issues popped up, a lot of electrical issues, a lot of things quit working. The leveling system quit working. The main distribution panel, it will glitch in and out and work sometimes, but not all the time. And there's an electrical pop-up countertop outlet that it quit working also.
The navigation system still not working, even though we had the letters. They knew about that because we pointed it out to them. So he took it on the trip, and it was just a couple days. More and more things came up as issues. Electrical outlets in the back of the RV weren't working.
The radio doesn't work. I can't get even a local radio station, much less connectivity to my phone. They knew all this stuff wasn't fixed at the time, but they just ignored it and said, oh, it might update itself one day.
Plus, when we saw the quality, I would say lack of quality of the repairs, we were shocked.
The one thing that we're very disappointed when we had it to the dealer is their fix to fix the roof. They caulked with clear silicone caulk every seam on that RV. They just went over on top of the paint with clear silicone and just caulked everything. The truck also, they just caulked areas on the truck itself with clear silicone. There's clear silicone smeared all over this truck now. In the bathroom area, there's a wall that they had to replace some lumber. And when they did, they scuffed a lot of things up, but they just nailed the wall member back on with a brad nailer, a stapler, right through the wallpaper. So there's just staples all over that you can see throughout the entire thing, right through the wallpaper.
Everything they put back together was done in a haphazardly fashion.
The level of professionalism was very low on this so-called fix.
So I reached out to Bely and they sent a very detailed response. In fact, it was 5 pages and included an offer to share recordings of phone conversations they had with Greg and Amy. There was also a very detailed timeline. My takeaway is that this family-owned business, founded back in 1948, is very concerned about their reputation. Thank you, Warren Patton, president of Bely RV, for taking the time to respond.
On the entry door to the RV, that is warped and doesn't seal flat anymore since of all the water in there, and it rubs pretty hard and it's flexed. None of the doors on the outside seal properly to the gaskets anymore. All of that whole wall that they tried to fix and replace some of the lumber, that's been compromised and is just all out of whack.
Thor sent out a representative to walk through it with us, and it happened to be a rainy day, only to discover that the roof leak is still occurring. Water is still dripping into the cab.
He did tell me that the dealer used all the wrong sealant products on there and nothing was sealed properly.
We have so many concerns. Greg has asthma. My daughter has asthma. There's going to be mold in there. When we got it back from Bely after they had it for 3 months, I had a hat that I had left in there, brand new white baseball hat. It had mold on it. Thor's response is, we can eradicate all that. Give us the rig back. Then we'll give you a limited 6-month warranty, which they did not and would not provide to us prior to giving them the RV back. So
But
we have no idea what it covers, if anything.
if they're not going to fix things properly, a warranty is of no use to us.
If it didn't have the RV part, if it was just the truck, do you think it would be totaled? Let me know in the comments.
Before we let Thor pick it up,
I took it to this Ford dealer.
on the way there, additional items came up as broken. Service advanced track, pre-collision assist not available, which means airbags won't deploy, hill start not available. So every time we started this RV and drove it, we were getting more and more messages.
It's just there's so many electrical gremlins with all this water infiltration that it's never going to be right. They took a look at it and they found out that there's over 25 error codes that have came up. And when they pulled the dash, there was a lot of corrosion and rust back behind the dash. None of those parts obviously are supposed to see any water ever. And Thor's response is, oh, all we have to do is fix the leak. That's what they told us.
Now they're saying that all this stuff will be repaired. They have a special system that can clean out all mold. We don't ever have to worry about that. It will not rust. There will be no wood rot. You'll not have any problems with electrical. We have no faith in any of that. We feel that we're always going to have problems with rust, wood rot, the electrical system failing throughout, and then mold. So the service manager we were speaking with at Thor finally put her boss in touch with us, and we had a phone conversation. And when I said something about the video, the managers, I've not seen the video. We provided that day one. But the representative at Thor who told us, don't let Ford know all this is going on, she didn't even show her boss what was happening. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable the amount of water that came in. It's unbelievable that with an RV, you don't really have proper representation to get things fixed. If this was a vehicle, a car, no problem would we be able to have it returned. All the electrical in the RV, is that Ford? Is that Thor? Whose responsibility to fix it? But it sounds like you're just out of luck. You're stuck with it. We just have to take their word for it. We don't trust it'll be fixed. We don't want the RV. This has put so much stress on our lives, personally and professionally, with our business. We spent $200,000, but we are stuck with a RV that we're paying for that we can't even use. Plus, I'm having to pay a lot of money in hotel fees and restaurants for when Greg's traveling with our job that we were not intending to pay since we were paying for the RV. So now we're double paying, and our expenses have gone up astronomically. Thor picked it up a couple weeks ago. We've not heard a word from Thor, nothing.
He picked it up from the Ford dealer where it was going to be checked out and get serviced, but they determined there was too many issues. But I'm still not convinced that Ford is going to warranty that vehicle after it's been flooded like that.
Really look at the reputation of the product.
I wouldn't recommend to anybody to buy a Thor motor coach because their customer service is very poor.
There's RV people that will come out and do full inspections to let you know what's going on, if there's any issues, to get them resolved right away.
It's really nice to be able to go make your lunch on a job site and not to have to pack a cooler, pack your suitcase in a hotel every night. It's just so nice to be able to sleep in your own bed at a place when traveling. It was just real convenient for work.
Shouldn't be allowed. It's not right. Within 2 months, because of a manufacturer defect, all these issues are occurring. We've lost all faith in the safety of this RV. We, from day one, have been, please give us our money back.
The transport person couldn't believe that Thor wasn't just going to buy it back with all the issues that we've had with it and all the water damage. So he was shocked that Thor was putting up a fight on this as far as a buyback.
So I do not charge for my services. I accept and appreciate donations, so thank you so much for your support. I have some pretty hefty expenses, including some pricey software that gives me the email addresses of company presidents. And that investment has paid off in a big way because I know my emails are read and responded to. In today's case, I reached out to the top people at Thor and they responded right away. They sent Amy this email. I wanted to reach out to you with another update on the coach. We've been making good progress on things. All the issues to the outside of the coach have been addressed, and the coach just got back from paint. The leaks have been found and addressed also. We will now begin the work on the inside of the coach and address all the issues on the list and any additional issues that we may find. We plan to put the coach through the rain bay to make sure that all leaks are remedied. Please let me know if you have any questions on the repairs. Well, I think fixing the RV is unacceptable. Amy and Greg did nothing wrong. They expected a brand new RV. What they ended up getting was a defective RV that has since been drenched inside through no fault of their own. What do you think Thor should do? Should they fix it or buy it back? Let me know in the comments. And if you do think they should buy it back, one thing you can do to help that would be a huge help is to share this video. The more people that see this video, the more pressure on Thor to do the right thing. I will definitely keep you updated, so thank you again for liking, subscribing, and sharing and growing this channel to be the force that it is. And this is also helpful to anyone who is shopping for an RV. You can certainly get an education on what to watch out for by watching this channel. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.